Hello everyone, welcome to this week's lesson. Let's get started. Here is our reading list for this lesson. Before completing this unit, you should have chosen at least one article from either the for or against list and taken notes. To begin, let's explore our topic and our own experience of it. Take a moment to answer these questions in a notebook. Pause the video while you answer. Now let's watch our TED Talk for this week. Please access the video via the link in the course outline document and take notes on the video and the TED Talk note-taking pages in that document. Pause this video while you complete the task. Now, refer to your notes and answer these questions about the TED Talk in your notebook. Pause the video while you answer. Please open your textbook to this week's unit. Let's now get to know our topic a little more. Read along as you listen to this topic introduction.
As Leonardo DiCaprio said, our planet's alarm is going off, and it is time to wake up and take action. Scientists believe that the Earth is already dying. We are faced with changes in temperature, storms and floods, wildfires, rising sea levels, melting ice, and the collapse of ecosystems. If that is the problem, then this is the solution. We need to be better stewards of nature, and we need adequate policies for climate change mitigation. If we are concerned about a clean energy source, nuclear energy is the solution as it emits no carbon dioxide. As hydroelectric energy has limited reserves and wind and solar energies are unpredictable and do not generate sufficient energy, nuclear energy is the most efficient option. Further, nuclear energy has great energy capacity, and it can be reused following regeneration. However, the byproduct of nuclear energy is radioactive and thus harmful. It has to be sealed and safely stored for many years. It may also result in radiation poisoning if the power plants are not properly built, managed, or maintained. Despite its disadvantages, nuclear energy is considered to be the cleanest and most economical source of energy. The environment and natural resources play a critical role in the development of a country. To avoid further exposure and vulnerability of our planet to natural disasters and climate change, we need to take action to protect the Earth and promote a healthy environment.
Now answer these questions in the textbook. Pause the video while you answer. Let's explore vocabulary related to the topic. Complete these sentences with the vocabulary on the right. Pause the video while you answer. Here are our 5 idioms for this week. Consider the context the sentence provides and guess the meaning of each idiom. Pause the video while you answer. Here is our discussion language for this week. Choose one phrase and write a sentence about the topic modeled in the example. Pause the video while you write. As we get closer to building our own argument, let's listen to example for and against arguments.
The energy of the future needs to be sustainable, efficient, and safe. All these requirements are fulfilled by nuclear energy, a claim backed by experts and modern scientific research. Even though nuclear catastrophes have had devastating effects on their surroundings, much of it was overblown by the media, causing needless anxiety in the population. The harmful effects of nuclear radiation on biological life forms are scientific facts, but studies show they are not as significant as the public may believe. Although the general public may disagree with the continuation and development of nuclear programs, this disagreement is biased and irrational. Opinions could be changed by education and the spread of more accurate information. Nuclear energy is far more efficient and reliable than other energy sources. Nuclear power plants have supplied roughly a fifth of America's power for 3 decades. In addition, nuclear power plants have the highest capacity of all energy sources. They produce maximum power more than 92% of the time, which is 1.5 to 2 times more than natural gas and coal. For example, in order to replace 1 gigawatt of energy generated by a nuclear reactor, you would need almost 2 coal plants of the same 1 gigawatt capability. In order to achieve the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals, all countries need to increase their use of sustainable energy. Nuclear energy can play a vital role since it protects air quality and produces minimal waste, which can be reprocessed and recycled. Nuclear energy is both sustainable and efficient. With increased knowledge, the public may realize those benefits and support it in the future.
Nuclear energy is generated through complicated processes, and it requires great investments in technology and expertise. In order to keep the power plants functioning, constant nuclear fuel and maintenance are needed. One error can have devastating effects, which have been witnessed in recent history. The high energy density of the fuel and complex technologies require constant maintenance and strict procedures. Every malfunction is potentially dangerous, since it may mean the release of nuclear fuel and waste, resulting in devastation. One noticeable accident involving a nuclear power plant was the Chernobyl disaster. A sudden power surge initiated a chain reaction, which resulted in the spread of a cloud of radioactive waste over the entire Ukraine and some parts of Europe. 32 people died at the power plant, and there are around 70,000 victims of radiation poisoning. Today, Chernobyl is a quarantined zone that will not be habitable for another 150 years. The nuclear waste generated by power plants is radioactive and harmful to all biological life. It requires long-term quarantine and decomposition before it becomes harmless. Investments in nuclear technology and expertise are enormous. A nuclear plant requires 5 to 10 years to be built, hundreds of highly educated personnel to operate it, and costly nuclear fuel to function. In order to achieve this, a country needs to invest a lot of money in technology, training, and equipment, in addition to implementing rigorous health and environmental laws. The high investment requirement, threats to health, and risk of great devastation make nuclear power an unfeasible and unsafe energy option. Now answer these 5 questions about the 2 texts. Pause the video here. Here is our springboard quote for this week. Take a moment to research the author. Then introduce the author and quote. Follow this with a sentence paraphrasing the meaning of the quote in your own words. Pause the video while you are writing. Here is our evidence type for this unit. Match each statement with the supporting evidence below. Pause the video while you work on the task. Now, write your own examples. Write 3 statements on our topic and support each statement with our evidence type for this week. Pause the video. Let's now gather some more information for our argument. Study the infographic and add any useful information to your notes on the last page of the unit. Remember that every box on the last page must be completed. Every statement must be accompanied by a clear reason and reliable supporting evidence. At least one of the evidence boxes must contain the type of evidence we are exploring this week. Pause the video while you structure and refine your argument. Hopefully by now, you have structured a persuasive argument. Based on the argument you have prepared, post your spoken argument. Be sure to cite the sources of your supporting evidence, including the author, title, and date. Later, listen to the spoken arguments of other students. Choose one specific point made in another student's argument and post a spoken rebuttal. In your rebuttal, argue against one or more points they made and support your argument with clear evidence. Well, that's it for this week. Your homework this week is to choose one or more articles from the reading list to begin your data gathering. Take notes on the article or articles you choose and add information to the last page of the next unit. Thank you for your hard work this week. See you all next week in the next video.